Looks like our tortoise that was here in the front yard earlier. Just kind of sitting here, and I kind of startled him, I think. But it looks like the same tortoise. So welcome back, buddy. Well, today on Going Bright, I'll see about fixing up my solar for our wireless access point in the forest. And I finally figure out my frustration with getting the backhoe off the tractor. So project of the day, well, the morning, is got to take my stepper bit and drill a few holes into the end of this box. I have an inverter, my power supply for Wi-Fi access point, charge controller, and over in the farm truck is the photovoltaic cell. We got a battery down there, which I think is on its last leg. It was the one from the Ryobi. May work, may not work. We may end up having to replace the battery. But anyway, that's the plan. Let's get this going. Going to have 2 of the PV connectors coming out, and then 2 connectors that go to the battery coming out of here, and then I'll have one for the Ethernet that'll come off of this. It has a PoE and come out. If I get really ambitious, one day I may actually run an Ethernet cable out from the shop to the wireless access points in the forest, and that'll provide PoE, and then I won't ever have to worry about solar, and I can repurpose the solar for something else. But that's a whole lot of digging and roots and all kinds of other stuff. So I think until I get things settled a little bit, we'll be going with this solar system. Okay, so I'm starting to feel a little silly about this backhoe attachment thing. I would get frustrated with it every time because there's two latches that you have to undo for the knuckle to release to be able to drop the backhoe away from the tractor. And I was always frustrated because I'd get it pulled out and get one to unlatch, go around and unlatch the other side, and the first one would relatch. And I kind of went back and forth with this. Well, I'm just finding out after reading the instructions that they're supposed to actually return back to this other position. Let me show you. So this is the handle that you pull out, and it releases, because right now it's locked. You pull it out, it unlocks it, then you can rotate this down, and then the part I was missing is push it back in to set it so that it's locked in the open position. It moves this, let's see if I can get around. It moves this key out of the way so that these, well, I can't get everything in the shot, so that these 2 knuckles, if I can find my finger, these 2 knuckles can be out of the way. So with it in one way, you can see that would allow that key to go forward. And there's 2 parts. There's the lower part too. So with the 2 of those in, I can't quite do it with one hand. Anyway, that's released. Now it appears, terrible camera work, huh? I need to hire a new cameraman. This one, there's a shaft in here and it's rusty. And so I got it by using a persuader. I got it to go in, but now I can't get this handle to come back out. So I think I've just got to work it through. I've used a little WD-40 and so forth. But once I get these pieces moving freely, I think I should remove my frustration. It'll be interesting now to get the backhoe back on, because I think these are supposed to be more forward so that they can reach the tractor. But as you can see, these pins aren't going to quite, I think this is going to hit the tractor before it goes in. So we'll have fun orchestrating that. But hopefully, once I get this all worked out, it should be much easier to remove and reinstall the backhoe. Let me see if I can demo it. So this is with the knuckle closed. The key is slid in between the 2 knuckles, one there and one here. If I rotate the handle, it pulls the key back and this will pop open. Right, so that releases it. My problem was that I would let go of that and this wouldn't latch. So now if you can see this gap here, it now locked that pin in place. So if these go up, they won't let it back in. And I could release the backhoe. But now what I need to be able to do, which is still a little rough, is get that to slide back. Now, when these come together, it'll allow the knuckle to close. I can't do it one-handed, but that's how it's supposed to work. So now that it's working a little smoother, hopefully I won't be as frustrated with this. So I think the moment of truth, I've been putting this one off just because I've been putting it off. But I think I have everything in here, the battery, the solar panel, the controller, wires, and yeah. So let's go see if we can get all of this out in the forest and working. Okay, I have my totally janky photo PV panel and the controller and the battery all set up. I say janky because I realized that if you notice that bracket, it's for a little bit bigger pipe. So I think I'm gonna need bigger pipe, but that bracket is not made for bigger pipe. So I'm not really sure how I'm gonna handle that. Maybe it'll fit on a bigger pipe. I don't think it spreads that much though. So maybe we'll stick this pipe inside of a bigger pipe. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But anyway, let me see if I can show you what's going on inside. Okay, so totally janky, but see if I can get you so you can see the display. There it is. So it's 13.5 volts going to the panel at 1.3 amps. And then we have 12.8 volts at the battery. And the battery has a load of 0.0 amps. So it all seems to be working. The little blue, hard to see, but it's not going to let me zoom in on it. Blue light's on, so it's sending power to the AP. The AP should have a blue light on it, so it should all be good. So I did order the mounting bracket for putting the box to the post. So we just need a bigger post. I also need to, I don't have the right adapter for that, so I'll probably have to cut an end and make my own end inside so that they're all watertight and go at it that way. But for now, I think we're going to go with that. I may trim that little branch off so it doesn't shadow, and we'll see how this all goes. Well, that'll about wrap it up for this week. Got a lot more projects, but we'll do those in a future video. Thanks for tuning in to Going Bright. If you feel like you like the content, go ahead and subscribe, hit like, comment, tell me if I can do things a little bit different or better. Always looking for ways to improve what I've got going. But anyway, take care and God bless.